Holy Makahiki Ho, Aloha, a Komamai to Curtain Call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. It's the new year. Time for the 2024 Standing Ovation Awards for the outstanding work our theaters and theater artists gave us in 2024. There were a ton of musicals. Which one was the best? Well, starting out the year with Pro Art's Daddy Longlegs, then they did Spring Awakenings, Maui on Stage's Seussical the Musical, and Mappa's Man of La Mancha. And the Standing Ovation Award winner for Best Track Musical is Pro Art's Kinky Boots. Quote, "This is the best musical Pro Arts has ever done and will take its place in the memories of everyone lucky enough to snag a ticket as one of the best shows they will see. It's that good," unquote. The best musical with live musicians, the Standing Ovation Award goes to Man of La Mancha. This is a great show with world-class performances. You'd have to pay a lot more for and fly to either New York or London to see this quality. Beautiful to look at, marvelous to hear, and remarkable to behold, unquote. There were 6 dramas, or comedies, in 2024. First, we had Moses Good's Lovey Lee, then Maui on Stage's Peter and the Starcatcher. October brought us Pro Arts and Two Coffees Please production companies Art, and Mappa's Living Room presented Calendar Girls. In November, we boarded the Orient Express for a murder, and we closed out the year with the best Christmas stories ever told. I missed Mappa's Christmas Improv. The 2024 Standing Ovation Award for Best Comedy or Drama goes to Maui on Stage's Murder on the Orient Express. Mr. Whitford's exceptional vision has successfully married one of the world's most popular novelists of murder mysteries depiction of the Depression era of pre-World War Europe to our current dilemma and made them coherent, challenging, entertaining, and a great night at the theater, unquote. Now let's take a look at the performances in musicals. For Best Leading Performance in a Track Musical, the Standing Ovation Award goes to Charles Cook in Kinky Boots. Quote, "Charles Cook's Lola is sexy, powerful, heartbreaking, sensitive, and joyous. From the moment he steps on stage, he had the audience in rapture. He belted out R&B like Smokey Robinson and rock like a cross between Prince, MJ, and Stevie Wonder. He sailed across the floor in those high heels smoothly and effortlessly. His timing was like an atomic clock. These energetic scenes were spectacular and thrilled the audience. But it was his ballad with Charlie on Not My Father's Son where his real skill displayed. This is the emotional high point of the show. In this song, he begins with just piano accompaniment. In his high, clear, plaintive voice, he recalls his childhood and what his father wanted and what a disappointment he was. It contrasts so markedly with what has come before," unquote. Then there was the return of Richard Cray in Mappa's Man of La Mancha. He is awarded the 2024 Standing Ovation Award for Best Leading Performance in a Musical. Quote, "After 21 years, Richard Cray is back in the part he was born to play, Miguel de Cervantes' Don Quixote de la Mancha. From the moment he steps onto the stage to his submission to the Inquisition at the play's conclusion, Mr. Cray is in command. It is a story of dignity, honor, unbending nobility with some serious hallucinations, and Mr. Cray commands the audience for every moment. The one we all know, The Impossible Dream, was done by Mr. Cray as if you never heard it before. The truth of his telling, the thoughtful introspection before he climbs and summits the vocal mountain was transcendently revelatory. Mr. Cray owned this song and this part." On the female side, the 2024 Standing Ovation Award for Best Performance in a Musical by a Leading Lady goes to Hawaii's most popular and award-winning vocalist Amy Hana'ili'i Gilliam's Aldonza Dulcinea was the best of hers I have ever seen. Her Aldonza is a no-nonsense woman who is more than capable of taking care of herself. We are all familiar with Ms. Hana'ili'i Gilliam's Broadway quality belt, which she demonstrated in fine effect in her opening number, It's All the Same. After she meets Don Quixote, and he dubs her Dulcinea, she revealed an operatic chest voice in the plaintive ballad What Does He Want of Me? And her reprise of Dulcinea later in the show was glorious. She pulls you in even when she is kicking an attacker in the private parts, but her struggle in the latter part of the show when she tries to do the noble thing was gut-wrenching, unquote. On the drama comedy side, Brian Connolly's performance in Art receives the 2024 award for Best Performance by a Lead in a Drama or Comedy. About his work, I said, Mr. Connolly is the Aaron Judge of our actors. He hits it out of the park. His mark is a nuanced characterization of a man who thinks he is doing a favor for a friend, but soon realizes his own personality defects could be the source of the problems. It is an MVP performance, unquote. Best Performance in a Drama or Comedy by a Lead Female, the 2024 Standing Ovation Award goes to Annie Wilder in Calendar Girls. Ms. Wilder's Annie shows the true connection of friendship and how it can be strained. Hers is such a touching, heartfelt character we love and totally sympathize with, unquote. Leads need support. For the track musical, the Best Supporting Male, Micah Hollett in Seussical the Musical. Micah Hollett's Horton nearly steals the show. Mr. Hollett has a melodious voice and the exact gentleness to bring warmth to and love for this irreproachable pachyderm. His willingness to help no matter what is an enviable trait we could all benefit from emulating, unquote. Best Supporting Performance by a Male in a Musical, Jesse Rossetti's as Moritz Stifel in Spring Awakenings. He is not the best student and is plagued by dreams of maturation he doesn't understand and comes to his best friend to interpret. When he finds himself in a terrible defeat, he implores for help. Rejected Mr. Rossetti's has a commanding emotional moment in And Then There Were None. In the second act, we feel there could be a way out for him, but his trauma won't allow him to grasp the lifeline and the waterworks will turn on, unquote. For Best Supporting Performance by a Female, Karen Stavish's female adult in Spring Awakenings takes the award.
She plays
Seducers,
piano teacher,
horrible conniving schoolmasters,
and the mother, Mrs. Gabor.
When her daughter reaches maturity and wonders about where babies come from, Miss Stavish, as Mrs. Gabor, has some hilariously uncomfortable moments realizing it's time for the talk, a day every parent prays to avoid and cannot bring herself to tell the whole truth, which, as the play progresses, will prove to have tragic consequences. When Moritz reaches out for help, she politely rejects his request. Ms. Stavish finds the perfect tone for this scene, solicitous, understanding, and parental, unquote. Best Supporting Actor in a Drama or Comedy goes to Scott McClellan in Art. Mr. McClellan has a show-stopping tour de force solo turn delivered with the speed and virtuosity of a Vince Esquire break. This moment brings the house down. His Yvonne is the most sympathetic character in the show, and Mr. McClellan plumbs the depths of his emotional treasure chest to bring this sensitive, fraught, caring character to the stage, unquote. The Best Supporting Female in a Comedy or Drama, it's Christy Scott's boisterous, ugly American in Murder on the Orient Express. Her Helen Hubbard steals this show. This is the comic relief, and Ms. Scott knows how to get laughs. Her flirtatiousness, partying, love of bourbon added to this character's over-the-top outrageousness, and her singing was Merman-esque. But her transformation in the final act was astonishingly gobsmacking. Ms. Scott has done a plethora of great performances here, but this one is one no one will forget, unquote. I could go on, but I only have 9 minutes. These were the best of the best. Keep supporting our theaters in 2025. I'm off to New Zealand for the next couple of weeks. Mahalo nui loa for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Ahui ho.